Hey, what's going on, Life Lab class? Welcome to week 3 of our distance learning program here. You guys have done very well so far. Week 1, you designed the why for your garden. Some great answers: health, focus, um, taste, safety. You guys did a really good job with that. Week 2, you did a wonderful job of sharing with me your sites, where it is that you're going to choose to garden. You got a variety of places from bedrooms to backyards. So very, very good there. Just remember, some of you are getting your work returned because you are not including enough details in your answers, or you're not including enough evidence for why you're answering the way that you're answering. Just remember, I also wrote last week on Thursday that my expectation is that this assignment should take you around an hour for the whole week. That's not that much, in my opinion. We normally would be meeting for 2.5 class periods on average a week. Each class period is 45 minutes long. So I kind of went with about an hour. I'm giving you about an hour's worth of work. If you're finishing this in 10 minutes, I can tell, and I'm going to return it to you, or you're going to get a grade that you're probably not that happy with. If you spend about an hour going through, thinking, including more detail, and putting together a nice, thorough response, you'll continue to do fine. All right. So just keep that in mind. I got some feedback, and I'm going to stick with the Monday through Friday time frame. Although this one particular assignment, and I'm going to mention this in all the notes, is a little different because I'm going to assign it on Monday. But then we have a shorter week this week, and we have a really short week next week. So this is actually not going to be due until the following Friday. But I'll put all those dates into the assignment for you. All right, so let's get into the assignment and try to understand exactly what's going on this time around. So for this day, you guys are going to be you're designing your own garden project plant selection. So you thought about why you want to garden, you talked about where you're going to garden. Now we're going to talk about what. We're kind of going through them all: the where, what's, the where's, the whys, the where's, and the what's. Okay. So you're going to be doing a vegetable and fruit planting list this week. You must watch this video. If you're watching this video, congratulations, you did step 1 correctly. You will get a return to you if you don't watch this video. Although, if you're not hearing this right now, you're never going to know this. So, anyways, you're going to be using a website, johnnyseeds.com. I've talked about them in class. Wonderful company, wonderful seed company. They're up in Maine. Really good stuff. But we're going to be using them. You're going to be looking at different seeds and choosing what fruits or vegetables you're going to be selecting for your garden. If we were together in a physical learning environment, I would have all my seed books, and I would be passing those out to you guys right now, and you would get the chance to kind of peruse through and browse through the seed catalog. But we're not, so you're going to get to go look online and go do that. If you have a Johnny Seed catalog, if you have a Burpee seed catalog, New England seed catalog, if you have a seed catalog in your house, feel free to look through that. Sometimes it's really nice just to thumb through the physical book, better than it is to try to search through a website. But that's your choice. Okay. So I want you guys to think about what kind of fruits and vegetables it is that you enjoy. Will you plant your favorite foods? Will you plant a theme garden? Maybe you're going to do a whole bunch of herbs. Maybe you're going to do a pizza garden. I'm going to actually put in some pictures down here of some different styles of gardens for you to have some choices on. Pizza garden would be planting basil, planting tomatoes, maybe like eggplant on your pizza, planting something like that, planting everything you could do to do a pizza. Maybe you want to plant tomatoes and cucumbers. Maybe you want to plant a little bit of everything. Maybe you want to do a whole bunch of squashes, corn, pumpkins, whatever it is. That's what's so cool, is you can kind of do whatever you want to do. For this project, though, I am going to have you be choosing at least 10 plants to choose from. So fill out the planting data table completely and with at least 10 plants. So here's the data table down here, and I'm going to kind of model for you how you would go about filling this out, because I want to make sure you get all the right things into the right sections. Okay. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to Johnny Seed. There it is. JohnnySeeds.com is going to open up a website for you. All right. They have this safety thing on here. Unfortunately, if you want to find seeds right now, you won't be able to go commercial farmers right now. So we will have to wait on that. But really easily, their heading is very straightforward with it. Vegetables, fruits, flowers, herbs, and then all these other things. We're going to be focusing primarily probably in vegetables, fruits, and herbs. Okay. So under vegetables, you can look. Some of you might not even know what any of these vegetables are. You might never have heard of salsify. You might not know what a leek is, or I just planted leeks in my home garden, and my boys were not really aware of what those were, so I showed them some pictures. Maybe you don't know what a husk cherry is or what fennel looks like. So take some time and browse around on this site. They have really nice pictures. They have great descriptions of things. But let's say you know what you want to grow. And one of the things you want to grow is a cucumber. So you would click on cucumbers. And what you got to realize here is that there are 40 varieties of cucumbers that you can grow from Johnny's alone. Now, this is what's so nice about growing food on your own compared to the grocery store. If you were to go to the grocery store, you're going to find 2, maybe 3 versions of cucumbers that they're going to be able to stock. In the grocery store, you're looking at, there it is, 40 grocery varieties of cucumbers. All sorts of different. There's pickling cucumbers that you can turn into pickles. There's just regular old looking cucumbers. They come in all sorts of different varieties and shapes and colors and sizes, and they're all sorts of really neat ones, even some really different. This is an Armenian cucumber down here. The gherkins, if you like those gherkin pickles, those are my father-in-law's favorites. You have a white cucumber down here. I bet you haven't seen that. That's a unique white Asian type of cucumber. So again, that's the benefit of growing your own food, is that you're going to get all of these options. Okay, so this one down here kind of looks cool to me, the Olympian. So I know that I'm going to click on this because I want to learn more information out about here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do this trick here. I'm going to do this where you can put both things on. Come over here and this one. Okay. So right here, we move me up and out of the way a little bit. Okay. We're going to look at this. So when I look at the planting guide, the first thing I need is the specific name of the fruit or the vegetable. So in this case, it is going to be, yep, you guessed it right. It is going to be Olympian. Okay, it's not, we're not going to put in cucumber yet because we're putting the specific name. You also can't just put this in because I have no idea. They have all just sort of weird random names. So you have to put in Olympian, and then you're going to put in cucumber seed, or just cucumber. That's the type of fruit or vegetable you have. Okay. Now, as we go through down here, you're going to see you got a picture here. Okay. You can click on this little more button right here. And if you start, you're going to read through this. Take some time to read through this here, right? It's a great choice for excellent flavor, crisp, fresh tasting, beautiful. They are dark green and straight. They're about 9 inches long. They're productive over a long season. They are a really good option for you to choose. Down here, you have information on the cost. So a packet is about $4.55. And up here, you can see that that's only 30 seeds. So you got to be careful when you get these things that you don't lose them or break them or overplant them in the wrong way, because that's $5, almost $5 for 30 seeds. So there's that information there. And then you're going to look under growing information down here. This is where you're going to get a whole bunch of the information that we need. And so, okay, guys, so for days to maturity, you're going to see it says it right here, from direct seeding, subtract or add about 10 days of transplanting. What you need to do is, if your screen is large, let me just show you the difference here. So if your screen is large, okay, it kind of puts it into a different spot. So it almost looks a little bit better. I don't know, it depends on the size of the screen you have. So there's all this information over here. The germination guide, this is giving you the optimal temperature. We have our days to maturity. Um, so what does days to maturity mean? Well, days to maturity is the average number of days from seeding date to harvest. So if you put the seed in the ground, that's direct seeding out in your garden. That is going to be um, that is going to be 52 days until you're ready to harvest. So you kind of assume, I always assume about 30 days in a month. So that's about 2 months and 3 weeks. So if you were to put those cucumber seeds down in the ground in May, let's say like May 10th, you would go June 10th, July 10th. So by about the end of July, the beginning of August is when you would have your cucumbers ready. It's an important piece of information to know. If you're doing it on a smaller screen like I have right here, well, I guess, hold on, let me just do this real quick. Um, so if I do this here, all right, so we do that. This is where it gets what it does is it gives you your days to maturity, and then everything is down below. So for days to maturity, I would put in 52 days. Now everything is different. Radishes, for instance, are going to be really quick. Radishes days to maturity is going to be in the high 20s, low 30s. Very, very quick to get radishes. Some of your um, pumpkins, pumpkins are going to be 110 to 130 days. You're talking 4 to 5 months for some of the radishes. All right. So when do you plant? Well, we got to come back up here, and there's a few different places you can look. So you can look under culture, which means like where and when do you plant. Um, and that's pretty much the best place to look. All here under your growing information. So you're going to plant. The other thing you would want to look at is under transplanting or under direct seeding. So transplanting is when you're going to put them into a little pot, and then you're going to take that pot indoors under protected conditions and then move that outside. Direct seeding is exactly what it says. You're going to just take that seed and you're going to put it right out into your garden outside. You have to do this right here. So under here, um, you might title what you're doing. So I would do direct seeding, and then I would do, I would just read right here. And so soil temp is equal to 70 degrees. Okay. And there you go. You have to, there you go. I would just say pretty much that for that one. Okay. Germination guide down here, they tell you, you kind of see the peak germination. The optimum range starts at around right here at around 65 degrees. It goes all the way up. Peak germination is actually 86 degrees soil temperature. That's pretty warm. And then it drops off actually if you start getting too hot. So somewhere in this range here is probably your best bet for germination. Okay. So when do you harvest? Well, you're going to come on down here and you're going to look at harvest. So once fruit bearing begins, pick daily. So let's type in when fruits appear. I'm going to pick daily, right? You don't want to let them get too big because then they get too watery and they kind of get mealy. It's just not that good, okay? And then the picture from the website. So for this, I'm going to come back up here. I'm going to right click. I'm going to copy the image. And then I'm just going to drop it right into there. And there you go. Okay. And so again, when you guys look at this, this whole row is going to be gone. The bold row will still be up there. But please use this website so that you, or please use this video so that you know what to do. And like I said, play around. We have fruits. We have vegetables here. So these are all the different vegetables, literally 1,000 vegetables on here. Fruits, are a little bit of a different animal. But you got your blackberries, blueberries, melons, strawberries, raspberry, rhubarb, and watermelons. Herbs. I know a lot of you guys like some of these herbs. You get into your basil, you get into some of your lavender is really nice, things like that. So spend some time. You have a little bit longer this day, this section. You actually have 4 plus 3, so you have 7 days. So you have 2 weeks to finish this one. So this one is going to be a little bit of a longer one. I know I said earlier in the video about an hour is my expectation for you for the week. But for this one, I'm going to say probably closer to an hour, hour and a half. Watch this video, understand what you're doing, spend some time, and then please put in these 10 vegetables. And if you need more space, just keep filling it all the way down in. All right. As always, guys, if you have any questions, please let me know. I dearly miss all of you. This is not ideal. This is like kind of bummed. This is a really fun time of year. Getting out into the garden and just bringing the garden alive and all of that. This is tough. But I encourage you all to get out there, get outside, do something you've never done, and if that happens to be gardening, it happens to be gardening. We're creating a plan for you all to be able to do this, and believe me, you're going to be really happy in a few months when you put in all this work and effort. And if you actually went through and built the garden, and then you get to enjoy those in the summertime when we're all meeting again with everybody. So keep up the good work. Send me text mess or send me messages of things that you guys are doing or anything like that. Shoot me an email, make a comment. They're all really really helpful to hear. It's definitely encouraging to hear from you guys. All right. Let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to seeing your work on this. And we'll check back in on Classroom. I'll check back in a few days with another video. All right. Have a good one, guys. Be kind to each other.